Well, hello, beautiful people. It is Arliana Shanice with Unapologetically Me. I hope that everyone has had an amazing day, about to have an amazing day, or you're like me and it has been a long day. So not only am I coming to the end of the day, but y'all, we are coming to the end of a year. Can y'all believe it's December? In a couple of weeks, we will be screaming Happy New Year. And I don't know about y'all, just like my long day, it has been a long year. One that I am grateful for. But y'all, it's definitely been a year. So it would be completely a disservice if I didn't get on here and give you guys some inspiration, some motivation to really kickstart, to end your year on a truly positive and awesome note, but also get in position so that we can have and we can grab and we can prepare ourselves for all that's in store for 2021. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this good old video. So before I go any further, if you have not yet already, please like and subscribe and share this video, also this channel. Please y'all, this has been such an amazing journey this year. The whole point of Unapologetically Me, like I have said before, is to give people and to empower people to live freely in who they are, and that means in the experiences that have shaped them to be who they are, so they can walk in their truth boldly and live a life freely, unapologetically. So I just want to thank you guys for taking this crazy ride with me in 2020. But y'all, more than anything, I am so excited to be looking forward to what is in store for 2021. This is actually going to be probably my most raw, unfiltered video I have done. It is going to be the testimony of my unplanned pregnancy. So get ready, fasten your seatbelts, because this is definitely going to be my most transparent and my most vulnerable video yet. But it is needed, and like I said, it is always and only to motivate you guys to do the absolute same. So I don't know if I was gonna cry today. I didn't know what crazy emotions that were gonna come. So no, y'all don't have no makeup. And I'm gonna get ready for bed soon, so this is just what y'all get. But nonetheless, I did want to come on here and just let's close out this year with a bang, but let's look forward to what God truly has in store for 2021. So it's gonna be as informal and formal as I guess the Lord allows. I do not really have a scripture, but I did write down a whole quote that an amazing woman of God shared, and of course I have to share it with y'all. So here it goes. It says, Abba, I've done the work to forgive others for hurting me, but help me to forgive myself for the moments I could have chosen better and didn't. Today is a new day, and I choose to forgive me. Y'all, this quote wrecked me. Her transparency through this wrecked me. So of course I had to get on here and wreck y'all. But all of that to say, if you have not followed my journey or my channel in a nutshell, let's start from the beginning. Okay, 2019 was for better words my worst year yet. Okay, I had to really work through grief. I suffered a lot of family loss. I had to come to terms with I had to come to terms with a lot of deep rooted wounds that I had not dealt with, which brought to the surface many insecurities, many different anxieties, a lot of self-esteem issues. So 2020 just wasn't pretty. 2019 just wasn't pretty for me. Not at all. It was a very tough year. So safe to say, 2020, I really, and I don't say this lightly, I needed a reason to live. I needed God to come in and intervene and give me a reason to smile again. Okay? And safe to say, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, safe to say, yes, this pandemic shut down a lot of things. It shook up a lot of things. It brought a lot of uncertainties and grief and heartaches of its own. But let me tell y'all something. When you are in a place where the world is shut down, you have no other choice but to work on yourself. God did all of that I just said. I had no other choice to work on my stuff. Which means that I had to heal from things I never spoke about. I had to come to face with my own demons and really do a work within myself to be vulnerable and broken before God so that He can build me up and reconstruct me into this woman I am now. And y'all, as crazy as 2020 has been, and so very uncertain with the pandemic and everything else that has been going on in our societies, in our community, my pandemic was flourishing. My shutdown at the end of this year was all right, and I really mean that. God gave me the opportunity to open my business. Okay, He gave me the opportunity to open my eyes and really redefine my purpose through my business. He gave me the opportunity to go forth in my true desire, which has been health and wellness and fitness. I was able to go back to school to pursue my dream as a nutrition coach and get my master's in it. I had the opportunity to still obtain a job, so I was able to save and do things within my household. And through all of that, He was giving me my smile back, my joy, my peace was coming back in the midst of it all. God was still redefining and realigning my steps. And most important, because we shut down churches and our fellowship with other believers, I had no other choice but to get back into my relationship with God. And through that, He opened my eyes to see so much. But He gave me the opportunity to be my Father. He gave me and showed me different ways of He is truly my healer, my redeemer, my restorer. God came through for me during this shutdown so much that I was so ready to just spread my wings and really start fresh and new and have a new chapter in my life. Okay, unbeknownst to a lot of people, except for very few people in my small circle, I was making plans to move. All right, I was making plans. Not only was I making plans, I was putting steps in to relocate and truly just continue to flourish in this happy season that God had me in. So I was making steps to put my house on the market. I was going to move down with the love of my life, my cousin, and we were filling out job applications. I was talking to her every week about places to stay, because my heart has always been in Virginia. So Arlie was out. Arlie was making plans to spread her wings and fly. Even in the middle of the pandemic, I was finally feeling alive again, and God was redefining my purpose in my life, and all I wanted was a clean slate to really just start all over and continue to flourish in this amazing place that God was bringing me into, right? So then June 9th 2020, that all changed, and everything that I was feeling in 2019, as far as my insecurities, as far as my deep-rooted issues, those wounds came open. My insecurities were right here. My depression was consuming because I found out I felt like my world had truly just come crashing down. And let me be very, very honest with you guys. By no means, even through all of this, do I regret my daughter. I prayed for my daughter for as long as I can remember. I have always desired to be a wife. I desire to be a homeowner. The Lord did that for me. I desire to have a higher education. The Lord has opened plenty of opportunities. I desire to be financially stable, and the Lord has given me a job where I could do so. And for as long as I can remember, I desired to be a mother. But what my desire was to be in a place, in this place in life where I felt like I could give her the world. I wanted to, our parents have always said, right, when you know better, you do better. Our parents create this life, and they are transparent with us, so we can learn from their mistakes and we can do better and create better lives for ourselves. So I knew better. I knew that when God gave me the opportunity to be a mother, I wanted to do it the right way. Ideally, so I can set the foundation so that I didn't have to put my children through my childhood traumas, or I did not want to bring even a child into this world and parent from old wounds and parent from a hurt place. I wanted to set the foundation, create the environment and a lifestyle to bring life into this world. And that simply did not happen, even though I've had so many examples to know better and do better. I had made a decision where I knew better and I didn't do better, and that landed me here. I was in a place where I now had to bear this truth, and that truth, the weight of my sin, the weight of my mistake became so very consuming, to the point where, honestly, y'all, because this is raw and uncut, I did not enjoy the first 5 months of my pregnancy. I was in such a dark and hurt place because I struggled with my own unforgiveness. I struggled with, how could you put yourself in the same predicament that you've helped so many, or that you've tried to talk so many people out of? How could you put yourself in a situation where you are now parenting as a single parent? How could you put yourself in a situation where you have seen your mother go through heartache and hardships, and I wanted to do better for myself. I could not forgive myself for the weight of my decision, and now bringing a life into this world. So yes, y'all, if we break this down, it was easy for me, or it was easier, because it wasn't easy, but it was easier for me to forgive other people, right? Because we also know that when you make a mistake, sometimes it's magnified. Not sometimes, most of the time, but it's magnified, right? I can forgive other people for passing judgment on me. I can forgive other people that had something to say or had an opinion because I was a woman of God, and yes, my lifestyle is supposed to look a certain way, and yes, I didn't live up to the standards of Christ and what he had, laid out for me. Yes, I can forgive those that had opinions and assumptions about my walk with Christ because of my predicament. I can forgive the hurt and the heartache that came with this decision to keep my child. I could forgive those who have walked away and turned their backs on me or had a lot to say about my choice of being a mother. I can forgive all of that, but me, because I knew better and I wanted better for myself, I was so consumed by the weight of my mistake, the weight of this decision. I could not get past this guilt and the shame. I had such a victim mentality that I just couldn't get past this dark place of depression for 5 months. For 5 months, I couldn't talk about this without crying. For 5 months, I told my friends, hey, we not going to talk about her, because I didn't know if I was going to break down one day or be happy the next. I was in such a dark place for the first 5 months of my pregnancy. And it didn't matter who or what tried to speak life into me. The weight and the consumption of emotions for my own forgiveness, I missed out on probably the happiest of moments in the first 5 months of pregnancy because I just couldn't get over the weight of my decision. So I say all of that to encourage everyone out there to not be like me. And let's just say this, right? Even your journey or your testimony may not be an unplanned pregnancy, but it could be, right? Because I started my whole YouTube channel to instill and motivate people to live healthier lifestyles, right? So if this isn't your testimony could still be, I wanted to have the best body by the end of December, right? But because we were in quarantine, you put on some weight. Because we were in quarantine, you couldn't get to the gym as much. Because you were in quarantine, you ate out a little bit more and exercised a little bit less, right? If you allowed the weight of your decisions to really withhold you, you would never reach your full potential. You would never reach your promises, because the weight of those decisions, the weight of that donut, the weight of the pandemic, the weight of your stress would never allow you to get to a certain point, right? But as for me, and this being my testimony, I thank God. I thank God now for my valley. I thank God for my mountain, because what I will say is, He's so amazing. And like I said at the beginning of this video, He still answered my prayers in my darkest of times, in my darkest moment. When I said that I needed 2020 to be the year that I could redefine myself. He could redefine my purpose. He could help me heal from some wounds. He could also help me get back into a better relationship with Him. I couldn't see it, but I thank God that I did now. How many of us also know that when you are in these places and in these dark times, the enemy will keep you there, right? I had a family that supported me even through my decision. I had friends that also helped me get to a better place. But when I was in it, when I was deep down and my despair, my depression was so overwhelming, the enemy really tried to tell me that you don't need to confide in other people. You really don't, because you're already beating down on yourself. What I didn't want was to also be beat down by other people, be judged by someone, for me to be open and exposed and vulnerable with people, for them to continue to judge me. And I'm already in a dark place. So what I did was, when I felt like I had nobody else to lean into because I was so afraid of the reactions or what they were going to say, I had no other choice but to lean into God. And through that, my relationship with Him flourished. He was able to open up my eyes to truly see true, genuine people that have been there for me, true, genuine people and relationships that have been formed during my journey. He also, and most importantly, allowed me to see that there has been, or there could never be, any weight or guilt of my sin that made me undeserving and unworthy of my promise, of my desire. No, it didn't come wrapped up in what I thought it was. No, it may have not been ideal, but he still called me worthy to be a mother. He still gave me the desire of my heart. Despite all that has come with it, he still called me deserving to obtain and hold this blessing. And this blessing right here has not only brought me closer to God, it has made me a better woman. I walk confidently in who I am now. I walk confidently in my decisions. It has also softened my heart to understand the decision and the hardships of other people, so I can extend grace a little bit more. I can extend mercy a little bit more. I am able to understand and empathize more with women and men of God that have fallen but feel like the weight of their sin is so consuming that they feel undeserving and unloved. He has given me an opportunity to redefine my purpose and my ministry and my walk in him. All through this pregnancy, he still answered every single one of my prayers, and I am so very thankful for it. I am here to encourage, to truly motivate, to inspire you to don't be like me. And I say that because I am here to tell you that even through this, even through all of my experiences and through my experience with my pregnancy, do not let one more day. Today is a new day, and we are choosing to forgive ourselves. You know why? Because we are still deserving. We are still worthy of God's promises for us. Yes, the weight of our sins, the weight of our mistakes are real. However, we are not defined by our mistakes. We are not defined by our past, but in fact, we are shaped and molded by them to truly become the best possible versions of ourselves. So we are here taking a stance to forgive ourselves, to not be honestly defined by our past, but to be shaped by our experiences. Yes, we made some mistakes. Yes, we could have done better. Yes, we should have done better, but we will no longer be consumed by the weight of our decisions, by the weight of our sin. We will no longer be consumed by the weight of the unforgiveness for ourselves and for others, that we miss our blessings. I had to forgive myself so I don't parent from a wounded place, so that I can heal and be made whole, so I can be and enjoy and experience all the amazingness that comes with motherhood. And no, it's not like I planned or ideally what I envisioned, but she is still the best blessing in the world, and she is a promise. God promised me life as a wife and life as a mother. One just came before the other, honestly, but it never disqualified me from his promise. It never disqualified me from my own desires. He never said that my sin or my mistake made me undeserving or unworthy. So today we are taking a stance together to forgive ourselves. We are putting down the weight of our sin so that we can obtain the promises and the blessings that God has for us. Yes, we coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we are here now, and we are making a declaration to forgive ourselves so that we can obtain with open arms and an open heart and receive and have joy in the promises and the blessings that God has in store for us. We are leaving our past here, right right now, we will forgive ourselves, because you know what? I want to see you flourish in 2021. You are still deserving. You are still worthy. And you rightfully deserves every single blessing that God has in store for you. So I want you to look deep within yourself. Truly forgive yourself. Forgive other people, yes, but you forgive yourselves right now, so we can truly walk into our season, into our boldness, into our blessings that await us in 2021. And y'all, I'm excited for me, but I am so very excited to see the testimonies and the amazingness and all the blessings that come in your season as well. I'm so excited for you guys to walk freely, unapologetically. So I love y'all. I cannot thank y'all enough for taking this crazy ride with me. I cannot thank y'all enough for giving me the opportunity to be bold and to be transparent with you guys. And I can only pray that my testimony continues to encourage you to get God's best for you. Whatever it may have been, whether it may be this video or the 1,000 that have come before, or what else is to come, I pray that today be our last day that we hold ourselves in any bondage, so we don't miss out on God's very best for us. He has so much in store, and I'm just so excited to see what He has in store for you. So I love y'all. Again, this is going to be my last video, because I too need to prepare for the blessings and this little baby that's coming any day. Well, I shouldn't say no, y'all. Any day. I still have 2 months. But I need to get prepared as well for what awaits me in 2021. So Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year's. Please be safe, be amazing, be bold this year. Be very intentional about forgiving yourselves, so you can walk in your freedom, and when it comes to your forgiveness, so you can live your life freely, unapologetically in 2021. So I'm definitely gonna say good night, and I'm gonna see y'all on the flip side. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in 2021. Have a good night.